I applied and was hired. And then 2 weeks later, I was fired. So I called personnel. I had put in my notice at the bank. They had a party for me. Victoria was 9 months pregnant with my daughter. And I was just crushed. And I go, why am I getting fired? The personnel lady goes, well, Steve, we did a background on you and you have 1 million speeding tickets and you let them go to warrant and then you're driving under the influence. And I go, yeah, that was reduced. Well, you have this, and so we're firing you. I go, is there any way I can appeal this or talk to somebody? And she goes, well, you can talk to the 2 deputy chiefs and we'll set up a meeting. One of the deputy chiefs doesn't show up, and the other chief says, she's not going to hire you, Steve. You're going to have to talk to me. And so she was the chief of juvenile institutions. Her name was Barbara Frank, another angel in my life. And I talked to her. I go, listen, since I was 19, I've been living on my own in San Diego. And so I worked every day, coached, went to college, little time for socializing, and made stupid decisions. I couldn't go to court because I had to be in LA in a job. I didn't have anybody to tell me. I remember going to an interview with the San Diego PD. The guys dropped me off in my roofing outfit with tar on it to go to my interview with the chief. It was like I scored number 1 on the test. And I'm 21 years old, and here I am in my roofing outfit talking to the chief. And he's asking me about my roommate because my roommate smoked dope. And I go, yeah, he smokes dope, and I don't do that. But yeah, it's a bad choice for me. I ended up making better choices, but I never had that guy to tell me, hey, wear a suit, dude. Dumb fuck, wear a suit. And never had that opportunity. You know, I remember telling my mom, it's because you're white. And I go, I don't think so. And then years later, I realized that it's because my roommate was smoking dope all the time, and I was living there, and it didn't show well. My previous history, just traffic tickets, and the fact that I showed up in a roofer's uniform, but they didn't realize where I was coming from. But Barbara Frank did. She goes, I have a son your age, and he took him a while to figure things out. I see that your heart is good and that you want to go in the right direction. And I'm gonna give you a chance. You're gonna work in juvenile hall, though, the fishbowl, and I'm gonna watch you very closely. And so she hired me, and it was just like, from that point on, it was just like my life changed. I was getting paid well. I loved my job. I never had a job that I loved except for McDonald's. I was 16 because I met a lot of girls, and it's fun. You meet a lot of people. And so now I was working at probation juvenile hall, and I was first one into a fight, first one to catch somebody that escaped, first one to cut somebody down when they were hanging themselves. And that was good. I confronted people. I had the respect of my peers, and I rose. I advanced probation. So when they picked a gang suppression team and probation officers that could think intrusively, that were confrontational but fair, I was picked to be one of the officers on this gang suppression team. And so they taught us how to shoot. They put us through a mini academy, contact and cover. It was just 2 or 3 weeks. It was pretty intense. And then we picked the 50th of the worst probationers, most dangerous probationers, to work. And our goal was to supervise them intrusively. If they violated their probation, write a report, take them back before the judge, and most of the time recommend prison. I always recommended prison for the most part because these guys were badasses. There were always a couple that were salvageable that I had maybe misjudged them, or somebody had given me their case because they said he was a badass, and he really wasn't. He was a follower. And just the fact that you were on his ass every day, going to his home, banging on his door, waking him up, urine testing him, forcing him to making him get a job, just being on their ass so often, some of those kids needed it. And so they succeeded, some for a while and some forever.